Yeah. Oh wait, the mic I think is messed. Yeah, I think it was messed. I'm a little out of place, but it could not be. Who knows? And yeah, I don't know why. It's not like I'm trying to be like controversial. It's just I don't know. I don't really like indie games. Yeah, I didn't know the second game you could say was indie because it was by Runic. Uh, is that how you say it? Runic Games? And obviously was self-published by Runic Games. So yeah, that was an indie game. Um, but this game, yeah, it's not really an indie game because it's by frick I forget who the developer is. But the frickin' publisher is what is it? Oh yeah, Perfect World. And sure, they're not the biggest company in the world, but they sure are pretty big because they made what is it? Oh yeah, they made frickin' that game. That game being Path of Exile. They also made God damn it, I can't remember for some reason. But yeah, I know they made Path of Exile. Something else, sure. But yeah, it depends if you consider this an indie game or not. But I think I really started to not like indie games after Torn. Um, that I played on the PS4 because I was like, oh yeah, let's give this a try. Um, Torn, freaking, and that game was freaking awful. I'm not gonna lie, that game was awful. Um, what else? Like obviously there's just games I obviously like. Like I mostly like RPGs, but surprisingly there's not a lot of indie RPGs. Just because there's so many systems like you have to do obviously. Like there's obviously you don't have to be like this game though. Cool, what happened? Oh, I accidentally went in here without meaning to. Okay. I was like, what? Ow. God damn it. Oh crap. Get, oh my, his health is barely going down. What the hell? But yeah, I guess it's why I don't like any games because I know the games I like. And just because the game is different, I'm not gonna get it just because. Oh shoot. I gotta. I can't. I literally can't get out of the corner. God damn it. Oh well. Because, yeah, that's kind of why I don't like showcases. They're kind of just boring. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, they're just boring to watch. And yeah, if that's another controversial statement, then oh well, I guess. But yeah, like, how long did I freaking, like, I thought it would be, not as long, but oops, I was. I don't know how long it was, to be honest. I didn't look at the clock before and after, to be honest. So I don't know. Ow. Damn. Yeah, because I don't know. Like, I think, that would go for any, like, game or whatever. It's like, of course, if you, don't like it, you won't, freaking get the sequel. But, yeah, maybe that's a bit extreme to swear off a whole genre just because you had a few bad experiences. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, that is. Um, yeah, that is freaking a bit extreme. I wouldn't say like bad experiences. Well, Torn was the worst one because I paid for it and didn't like it. The other ones, like, Fury, I think. Like, I didn't mind because I got it off PlayStation Plus, so I didn't really care. But there was another game, Hyperlight Drifter, I paid for and I didn't like it. So it's like, eh. So I'm like, whatever with any games, I guess. After, those frickin', things, and it's not like I 100% swear off of indie games. I'd say more like 80%. Because obviously, like, if they're off PlayStation Plus or whatnot, I'll try them, of course. Because, like, I don't know, it feels like I don't really pay for them. It just feels that way. I know I actually do. Because, subscription fee. But it just feels like I don't. Oops. But, yeah, it's not like, any studio could really do this. Could really, make these types of RPGs, though. Obviously, because you've, go in and design all the frickin' loot by hand, frickin' blah blah blah. And yeah, frickin' obviously the budget for an indie game is just not there. Like something like 12 minutes, like obviously it can easily be done by a frickin' indie developer because it's just the same room. Yeah, it's just the same room and frickin' the game resets every 12 minutes. And like I was seeing like, oh, freaking 12 minutes is actually 20 hours. It's like, okay there. It's like, you get like a different ending for each action. Like, oh, you freaking don't close the freaking fridge, let's say. Don't answer the phone, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, but at the same time, I don't know, that feels really cheap.
But I'm thrilled. I can't wait to test their might on the battlefield.
It's exactly like sucker punch saying like, oh, freaking, if you feel infamous Second Son is short, well, play it again. It was just in the good or evil route that obviously you haven't chosen. It's like, seriously? That's not how you make a game longer. Sure, technically it is longer, but it's artificially longer. Because you're playing the same content, it's just a little bit different.
You are gravely wounded.
So I don't know. It's like Treasure Mana, that's not even close to an indie game. Sure, maybe on the NES it kind of looked like an indie game because it was freaking 16-bit, but that was because obviously it was on the SNES, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it is cool that like some developers are like recreating that, like the feel of that, I should say. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is cool. It's just yeah, I guess it just ultimately comes down to just budget. It's like am not trying to say, I know I'm going in circles, but I'm not trying to say that freaking a big budget game is always better. No, it just, I don't know, it's kinda less repetitive,
You are wounded.
I guess. Because you could do more than like two things. Like in Hyperlight Drifter, all you do is freaking go from place to place, killing things, and I know this game's like that. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's just like it depends on if you can feel the repetitiveness or not. And honestly, I fell for Hyperlight Drifter a lot, but not really this game. I kinda don't get that, to be honest. Because yes, you're doing the same thing over and over. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't have that fun factor, I guess. Most indie games don't. I guess it's just the type of game I'm playing, like if I like it or not. And obviously my mood for what type of game I want to play. Because it's also like fighting games are extremely repetitive. It's just, I guess it's also because like, yeah, like the mood you're in. Obviously, I play fighting games. Sure, they're kinda, yeah, they're repetitive. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't play them for I don't play them for a lengthy amount of time. Well, that lengthy, maybe an hour. Like I played Guilty Gear on stream for like an hour and 40 minutes or so. And that's a cutoff point, to be perfectly honest. I would think around there, maybe 2 hours. But yeah, the cutoff point for an indie game is usually an hour, and that's it. It's like, cool. But I play said game for longer than an hour. But who knows, maybe I haven't really found any game that I truly like. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe haven't. Uh, yeah, obviously the games I like, or obviously this game, and yeah, not a lot of indie I guess the bottom line is like not a lot of indie developers make games I like. And yeah, does that suck? Yes. But am I gonna like, I don't know, be furious about that? No, I'm not. Who really cares? All I'll say is that it does suck. But is Runic Games really an indie developer though? it's also like is Ninja, they're an indie developer. Because they made Hellblade. Indie, yeah, maybe they're not indie-sized developer, but they did make an indie game because, yeah, they self-published. So, yeah, I kind of consider Hellblade an indie game too. But yeah, I don't know, everyone praises that game, but frickin'
You're badly hurt.
I think that game was pretty goddamn awful. Because I don't know, it was quite torturous to play. Oh shoot. I know I didn't do something. I didn't put Twitch on my phone. Second. Yeah, god damn it, I knew I didn't do something. Oh. Twitch, please. I'll turn that all the way down. That was awful. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, you would think I would like indie game. Because obviously,
You're close to dying.
like Crosscode you would think I'd like, because it's an RPG, yes. And it is good, yes. I'm not gonna lie, but the one frickin' mistake they did was frickin' puzzles, god damn it. Like, sure, I could look up a guide, but I really don't like doing that. I don't know why, figuring it out on my own. Like, without a guide. And I would guess other people do
Your
too,
health is low.
obviously. Like, figuring stuff out without a guide. But no, I think I won't say hatred, but my dislike for indie games I think goes even further than that. With PlayStation Plus first coming to PS4, like all they really offered was indie game after indie game after indie game after indie game. It's like, Jesus Christ. And like, I don't know, after a while it just got really freaking tiring.
Your life is slipping away.
I think I'm obviously the same way I'm about shooters, I'm about indies. It's just that I just play 'em way too long and eventually they become really stale and like, I'm like, okay, enough is enough sort of thing. Um, um, yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, I guess it's like, um, obviously, to some like point is like whatever, and that. No thanks, it offers 15% speed. It's like, that's cool and everything, but really? And yeah, that's just kinda dumb. Like, I don't mean to be mean when I say that, but it's like, who are you to judge what happiness is? It's not like everyone has to do the exact same thing to be happy, sort of thing. It's just like everybody doesn't find the same thing fun. And, yeah, I don't know if that, kinda just is whatever controversial. It's like cool, I guess. It's like I'm not trying to be, but it's like maybe it's harsh, but it's not like it's not the truth. Like I'm just deciding not to sugarcoat it. But yeah, I don't know, just I'll say that there's not like I haven't ever liked an indie game before. It's just their range like is so much more erratic than obviously AAA games. Because with AAA games it's like they're more careful. So like they're like, okay, we know what sells, so we have to do this, 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 and this. And we could kind of experiment on other things if it's possible. But we need to do these things first. Where when indie games, it just feels like they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sorry, they just do not know what they're doing. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, it's just obviously they haven't made a game before. So they just don't know what's good and what's bad. Sure, they have a vague idea. Yeah, because they probably play games too, so they have a vague idea of what's fun. But obviously, someone who already has business experience, freaking knows, or gaming experience in like developing games, obviously knows what's good and what's not, or what sells and what doesn't, I should say. So indie games are more experimental, and like, okay, that's cool. But it's like I said, I know what games I like. I don't really care to differ from those games, because it's like obviously I don't know if I'll like it or not. And like any rational human being, I won't freaking waste money on something I don't know that will be almost 100% I'll like. Because I'm not gonna waste money on something. Like, sure, maybe every now and then, because maybe I'll be surprised. Yes, but it's not like I'm gonna waste hundreds of dollars freaking to support a bunch of games I don't know if I like. I'm not gonna do that. Because because like almost every human being, I have a budget, and obviously I'm not gonna go over that budget. At least try my hardest not to go over it. So like when there's a sale on a game, obviously I'll try it out if it interests me. Because like if it frickin', let's say buy it and frickin' it's not good, it won't be that much of an ouch. Because I paid frickin', let's say $10 instead of $25. Like sure, that may not be a huge sure, that may not be the biggest difference in the world. It's only $10, but it's like I could buy another game with that $10. I could buy food with that $10. Sure, maybe not very much food, but maybe like a snack. And I think that's obviously more important than freaking buying a game. Yeah, and I think I'll actually stop because, yeah, I don't know what else to say on this subject. Other than people think differently than you do, and if you just get offended by it, it's like, sorry, I guess. Because yeah, I didn't know that I played that game for quite a long time. Hellblade, when I first played it. I think when I first played it, I played like 3 or 4 hours of it. obviously, after that I set it down because it was like, god damn, this is just garbage. Then I picked it up again a few years later to see like, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh on it. It's like, played it like for 45 minutes. Nope, it's still freaking garbage.
You feel much healthier.
Oh yes, potions. I've got those.
Say, god damn it. Whatever though. Oh yeah, what's the game? Oh yeah, freaking Pillars of Eternity. It's like I always liked that game, but I tried it again, and it's like, yeah, this is actually really good. So I probably play that game. I don't know when, but I'll probably play that game again.
See you next time.
Oh, it's a sword. But it's a good sword, so I'd probably keep it though. Obviously not now, but I will. Where's my storage? This is if I go in here. I guess whatever. Did I ever go in here? I actually don't remember. Um. Ow. But was that, oh yeah, he said that I was, watching the stream. He said that, this Stranding is going to get a PS5 version. I guess that was true. So cool, I guess. It's like cool, I guess, because that was a freaking piece of shit. Holy cow, that game sucked. Like, that came out in 2019, and I think that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the worst game we played that year. Yeah, it was. Because I can't remember another game that was that freaking bad. Because when I was okay for like, I'd say for the first like hour or whatever, that I got over the freaking stupidness of like falling over, freaking almost falling over every 2 freaking seconds. It seemed like, it's like, yeah, it actually was kind of fun, but that was very short-lived. I'm not gonna lie. The fun of that game, because obviously, like, new games, obviously I'm going to be excited about it no matter what. Obviously I'm going to temper my keep my expectations in check, I guess you could say. Well, I try to at least, but when a game is like, when a game is truly bad, it's like, you can't help but to be, like, disappointed. Like, it's really hard not to be. And it's like, I really tried to freaking, get into that game, but that's where that kind of lies, where my friend is like, oh, freaking, some JRPGs are slow to start. Sure, they are. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know why before is kinda defending them. Yes, some JRPGs are slow to start, but not that slow. Seriously, not that freaking slow. Because, well, I guess so, because, frickin' Fallout 3 was like that. Where you're like a child. But like that, sequence when you're a child in Far Cry 3, even though, I didn't really like Fallout 3 or Fallout until Fallout 4, and that was like really the last game I liked, to be honest. Well, it started with Fallout New Vegas because I didn't play 3, I played New Vegas before. Then I played a bit of, then I played 4, then I was like, whatever, 4 is just too long. Because I played, the DLC too. So obviously. But anyways, then I played 3. And yeah, the child scene wasn't that bad. Like, it went on for, I don't know, like freaking 30, maybe 40 minutes. And yeah, freaking people will say like, oh, this Stranding is good freaking 20 hours into the game. Are you fucking serious? 20 hours? Like, no way in hell am I doing that. Like, most JRPGs are over in 20 hours. So you're telling me of a slog through this crap for 20 hours? No thanks. But I guess again, it's like it's not like I didn't try Death Stranding to like it. And I guess it had those monsters in the game for the game to feel a little more video gamey. Because without enemies it would just be stupid. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just not really afraid to sugarcoat something. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And I guess that goes back to the, I remember that review thing. Yeah, I think to properly review a game, yes, you have to play the whole game to properly review it. But it's not like, yeah, it's not like you can't give your first impressions of a game or something. Because, like, it's like clear, like, I don't know, like 3 or so hours in, it's clear if you'll like the game or not. I'll say give or take 3 hours. Probably, you, like, minimum, I would think you have to, obviously put 2 hours into the game. As a, I think minimum 2 hours. But, obviously that goes from game to game. But I would still think a minimum of 2 hours will tell you if you will like the game or not. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't, like, what did you expect though? I just say that out of the Summer Game Fest. Like, you don't really like North American games, so it's like, did you really think there'd be something great at the summer gaming festival that Jeff Keighley put on? Obviously, I didn't watch all of it. But yeah, a summary of of what went on would have extremely service, whatever. Because yeah, there's like, obviously you could see that for anything. For, yeah, anything. For like, TV shows, music, whatever. Well, not really music. But, a brief summary of, like, what the show is about, blah, 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 and all that is, like, that's enough to frickin' make you think if you like the thing or not.
gravely wounded.
And because, yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, the Ratchet and Clank demo, for instance. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's like, you immediately will know if you like the show or not, if you obviously like Ratchet and Clank or not. It's not really hard to freaking determine. And yeah, that's what I think, frickin', E3 should be. Just a bunch of trailers and no talking, no whatever. If you wanna frickin', like, get more detail, frickin', they'll have, obviously a director's cut, video or whatever after, like in a separate video thing. Just because I have other things to do, and I don't want to sit there and freaking watch something for an hour. Sure, if I really like it, okay. But if I don't, then it's like, why are you making me, why are you forcing me to freaking watch this sort of thing? You just get to the good stuff already.
Your life is slipping away.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just weird why I just kinda don't agree with a lot of people, because it's like, I don't know, because it's like, it's not like I am trying to like, oh, I don't agree with you for the sake of not agreeing with you. It's like, no, it's like, I just don't think the same way you do. Isn't that normal? Shouldn't that be normal? Just because, like, you come out here with a bunch of, like, fancy freaking whatever. Like, just because you're big shot doesn't mean, like, I have to like you. Or have to like your game. And like, that's what I feel like, most people freaking do. They're just sheep. Like, oh, this is next trend, let's follow. I mean, let's freaking buy no matter what. It's like, okay, I guess. It's like, because personally I have no interest in Battlefield 2047 or whatever. But it's like, I bet there's gonna be people that are interested in it just because it's Battlefield. It's like, seriously? Just because it's Battlefield, you're gonna buy the game? Okay. Yeah, I just don't know, like, just really can't pinpoint when I stopped liking, frickin' North American games pretty much all together. I guess it was, when did, frickin' that come out? The Last of Us on the PS3. Like what, 20... Yeah, I think it was around 2011, 2012, because 2013 is when the PS4 came out, and 2014 is when I got it, a year later. And I got it a little bit too early, the PS4. Like, because honestly, the game that made me want to buy a PS4, was fucking, freaking Omega Quintet. That's the game that made me want to buy a PS4. A JRPG, obviously. And the game that makes me want to buy a PS5, I'm not gonna lie, is Ratchet and Clank. But yeah, that freaking $90 price tag could go to freaking hell, dude. Holy cow. I'm not paying $90 fucking dollars for a game. Like $80 is freaking retarded. Now it's freaking 90. So yeah, I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I think I'm gonna grow to like indie game because obviously they're cheaper. But the thing is, like, sure they're cheaper, but god damn, their length is just so short. Like, most of the time they're like only 5 hours for like $20. Are you serious? That's not freaking a fair price at all. Like if it was 15, okay, that would be pushing it. Well, I probably would get it. But I'll just see. Trial strength.
Show me your strength. Can you
Oh,
handle
is
this?
this the end of Act 1 actually? I think so.
Get. Stay on your toes. Stay on your toes.
I actually don't remember where the end of Act 1 is. Uh,
Stay on your toes. Dodge this.
oh, damn. Oops. He should have sold my stuff. That was my bad.
Potions for you? Potions for your little friend?
Oh, 73. Oh, that's his staff, though.
seeing you soon.
You can't do that. You can't cast that.
Oops. It's like, damn, this Resolve is better though. Well, obviously. Because, like, it's freaking, what? Freaking 20% stronger? It's just that, obviously I'm not built as a freaking tank. So, I really don't know. Oh no, that's not it. Where's the freaking... Yeah, I hate this. It's randomly generated every freaking time. This freaking place. Okay.
It's rigged.
Yeah, maybe it's, that's what it is. Just don't sugarcoat things.
It's rigged.
that people think that I'm whatever. I'm just guessing. But it's at the same time I don't like purposely tear something new. Tear a game a new asshole. It's just that I don't know why I'm still talking about this, but it's like I don't know, maybe I express my opinions in kind of aggressive manner.
The Netherim hordes strain at the boundaries of our world. It remains difficult to communicate with them. But some faction of the many Netherim enclaves have responded, and they seem eager to join us here. The veil is lifted. They see my face, and they know we are ready.
It's rigged.
Where, yeah, I don't sugarcoat it, I don't beat around the bush. It's like, yeah, just get to the point and just, who cares? Sort of thing. Okay, there we go. Just follow this. I went the wrong way before, I guess. Oops. And yeah, if I die again, I guess it will, frickin' start from here. I hope I don't, though.
Can you handle this? Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! Not today.
Well, oh, come on! Screw it. I guess I'll do that because I said I would. It's just so freaking annoying.
Let's make it interesting. Get back. Too slow.
Oh, no.
Nice try.
Oh god damn.
Let's make it interesting. Get back. Let's make it interesting.
Why?
Your health is low.
God damn it. This guy's annoying.
Feel much healthier.
Uh,
Make it interesting. Get ready. There. Dodge this. Stay on your toes. Dodge. Dodge this.
yeah, I don't know.
Make it interesting.
God damn it, dude. Yeah, like this. If you feel like, obviously,
This should be
like,
fun.
easy mode is so easy, just don't grind. I don't know.
Dodge this.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about that stupid video.
Stay on your toes. Dodge this. There.
I think I will always think about that stupid video as long as I play on easy mode.
You have died.
Like seriously.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get back. Get ready. There. Let's make it interesting. Get ready. Get ready. There. Dodge this. Let's make it interesting.
Freaking finally. I wondered how many freaking times they die there. What is it? Can it land? Oh, it's a... How much money I have now? 1918, I think. Can't read that really.
You are near death.
So I don't know why he talked about that so long, but it is true. I guess that just revolves around me thinking that, like, no matter what, you should think for yourself, not like companies think for you. I don't know why people do that. It just really makes no sense to me. And it's, yeah, it happens a lot more than you think. It's like, damn, I don't know what to say. It just happens a lot more than you think.
You are near death.
Yeah, I wanna like a strong bow or something, but fuck. When frickin' this staff is like frickin' wildly better than anything you have. It's like it's like, see, that's 35.
You're close to dying.
Um, I wonder though.
You are gravely wounded.
If the PS4 version of what is it?
Death is upon you.
Oh yeah, Lost Judgment will have a PS5 upgrade. Because that would be kinda stupid if it doesn't. And yeah, I was thinking of that. It's like, did I make fun of Xbox for still making that last gen games? And it's like, no, I don't think I. Yeah, no, I don't think I made fun of it. I just stated the obvious that it's like it will reduce the value of their next gen system with making Xbox One game. And I don't know, how is that not true? Because if you could get like something somewhere else, what's the need of freaking going to this one place? There's nothing. Like if, for example, obviously if there was games you could play on Xbox One, there's not really a need for it to get a SX. Like obviously there is still that temptation of like better graphics, blah blah blah, but
You feel healthy again.
at least to me that temptation is not there. It's just not there of like having better graphics and all that.
You look ill. Can I offer you a drink?
Obviously it's mostly because of JRPGs, because it's like I could play a JRPG that doesn't look as good as, let's say, Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima, but it's as fun, if not better. I don't know, I just made those two examples because they were on my mind.
Oh, is Potions for you, potions for your little friend. Oh,
That spell cannot be cast.
Great job, recruit. You continue to exceed our expectations. But we can't stop now. We must discover what this mother is.
You have gained a level.
Our only lead is a researcher we lost contact with several weeks ago. He spoke often of the Netherrim, but nobody paid him any mind.
Now I have to babysit you whelps. After years busting my hump for the General, you and this brat Zaya come along and start calling the shots. This kid doesn't enough. Whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the first act. So, and then we go here to go to the next area. Is it going to be freaking loud?
Our heroes set out to find the lost researcher.
Let's see. Actually,
Ancient trees loom in the darkness.
okay.
What lurks in this shadow?
Because yeah, sometimes it's freaking loud. Yeah, it's not this time.
Must make allies here if they are to survive.
Okay, there's just absolutely no talk. Like, that's why it wasn't loud.
Partner, I know the General was trying to keep it quiet, but the missing researcher? I'm pretty sure that's my father. Nobody knows more about the Netherrim than him. Let's see if a local can point us in the right direction.
Imperial researcher? I know the one. Haven't seen him in days. I could find him, but you'll need to do something for me first. Two problems. First, I need you to clear out the pests down in the High-Vid tunnel. Their incessant screeching is frightening my poor alpacas. Second, a foul sister of the dark arts has stolen my baby's collars. Their collars have enchanted gems, and I'd like them back. In the meantime, I shall divine the location of your research.
Yeah, I don't understand. Where is...
Whoa, you look like
Oh,
you could use a
here's
drink.
Shaw.
Come on back when you need a drink.
No, that's up there. Oh, do I have, go down here, maybe?
You can't cast that.
See, I need to go there, but... How do I go there? Oh. Is this the way forward? Oh yeah, it is. Why didn't it tell me that it was? I think this is a way forward. Yeah, I, what is, oh yeah, that might give us another one of that. The perks for, Game Pass Ultimate might give us another 30-day, trial of Disney Plus. If that's true, that's cool. Because I could, watch, other stuff. Yeah, I could watch Disney Plus again. So I could watch, Cruella. Yeah, I'm interested in that game. Or that movie, I should say. Like, I don't think I'll actually buy it. But if I could get it for free, basically. It's like, why wouldn't I? Or, I think it freaking charges you $1. I don't know if,
A pity about Brawl. She was my favorite sister. But perhaps this is for the best. If I'm to continue with my plan, I might have had to take out Brawl myself. Maybe I should thank this mysterious intruder. Just
well,
before I rip out their insides.
is this game worth getting? This game is just basically Diablo 3. So if you like that game, you like this game. Oops, I didn't mean to do that again. Oh, PlayStation, get out of here.
If I'm to continue with my plan, I might have had to take out Brawl myself. Maybe I should thank this
But I think I know what that's for.
Just before I rip out their insides.
That PlayStation thing that popped up. Well, it's just a black bar for you because I don't know why it doesn't show it on stream. But whatever. Yeah, it's just I think it's called State of Play. Is it called State of Play, that program to play so many games and that? I think it's called that. Yeah, it's like I don't know what other to say. It's just more or less like Diablo 3. It's like, sure, there's new stuff, like obviously resources, which I'm guessing you could craft, but you probably have to do that at the end of the game. It unlocks. But yeah, it's just like a Diablo clone. I guess, yeah, because that's why I like it so much. It's just Diablo with a different skin, obviously. Like, instead of demons, it's monsters. But yeah, you're welcome. Who was that though? Zombie, god damn it, Zombie Degen. Yeah, because obviously I picked the sharpshooter classes. I believe there's 4 other classes because 3 are the main from the main game, and then the Cursed Captain is a free DLC. At least I got it for free. I don't know if it was a promotional thing. I doubt it was. Because it's not like I got it, this game on release.
Russia has long been known as the Goblin Isle.
So yeah, I guess it was just a free thing for buying their game. No, I don't want to go there. I think I want to go this way, right? How? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, where's the boss?
Your pet is injured. You're badly hurt.
What? I kinda wish he's... Ah! Rate of fire was faster. What? Oh.
Your pet is wounded. Your pet is running away. Your health is low.
Freaking, oh. What is that, a bomb or something? No. I thought it was. Oh god. Ouch. That was my fault. Come on, you're almost dead. Oh, there we go, finally. What does he got? Oh, there was one, thing in there. Legendary. Okay. So yeah. Holy cow. Oh, it's a gun too.
Your pet has returned.
But 148. Jesus. This was just 59. So he gave me really good stuff. I know this was, it's just a free cool roll sort of thing. But, oh, I can't go there? Oh no, I can. What?
If you're paying, I'm for it.
I don't know what that is. Is that a shield? What is that?
I'll be right.
Yeah, I guess that's shield.
Mr. Kinnick, we regret to
Oh
inform you
god.
that Captain Rennick J18437 has been lost on the field of battle. As his last surviving kin, we have enclosed his
Yeah,
dog
it's
We acknowledge your loss.
yeah, would you say it's lighter on story? Yeah. There's basically little to minimal story. Which I'm fine with, obviously. Like, I think obviously this type of game should just be mainly about freaking killing stuff. Oh yeah, I should have said it was, well, I don't know what he has, but it's free on Game Pass, this game. I just got it for PS4 because I really didn't think it would be, I would get Game Pass so quickly again. I thought I would get Game Pass in like November. Freaking. Oh, that comes out tomorrow. Yeah. The freaking thingy of Ratchet and Clank. With the part. But obviously I'm not getting it since I can't. Like, that sucks. But oh well. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't always think that's a sarcastic thing when they say that. Yeah, for some reason, when he said thanks, I thought it was sarcastic, like cool, I guess. But yeah, it's the truth, and it's just like Diablo 3. Freaking acid.
I recall reading about a massive insect species native to the deserts of Vildaran. The Hived can't be the same creatures, can they? Vildaran is thousands of miles away, across an ocean. This bears further research.
Yeah, I wonder, like, when you beat the game, what level will you be at? I, yeah, because I don't think one playthrough will get you to exactly level 60. And,
It's a trap.
yeah, I forget. I know this isn't like Diablo 3, but yeah, you didn't get to max level either just for beating the game. You were close to max level, but yeah, weren't there. And I'm trying to think in the case of Diablo 3 how close you were. And yeah, I really can't remember. But, oh, boss, god damn it. He's a boss.
Your pet has arrived.
God damn it, I'm trying to... God damn it. God damn. Oh, yay. Um... Oh. Okay, 16. Yeah, 10 to 16. Oh my. Um... Yeah, I think this is better. Oh. Oh, can I, oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. Think those are better. I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't be. Oh shoot, I'm in... Okay. Let's continue on then. Ah, freaking slug. I think that was slug. Come on. Oh no. That's really bad. Yeah. Yeah, obviously Japanese games, the niche Japanese games aren't, indies. They're sure they're smaller size, but they're not indies.
A pity about Brawl. She was my favorite sister. But perhaps this is for the best. If I'm to continue with my plan, I might have had to take out Brawl myself. Maybe I should thank this mysterious intruder. Just before I rip out their insides.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the fighting is similar, obviously. There's few differences to make it its own thing. There's guns, because that wasn't a thing in Diablo. Uh, yeah, I think I'll like that game too. Dungeons Dragons 3. I guess the first two games were on PC only. I'm gonna guess. But yeah, that game looks like a Diablo, just third person. It's like, and I just don't understand why Godfall wasn't like that. Like, maybe not exactly like third person frickin' Diablo, but more or less. Dungeons and Dragons 3. D&D 3. freaking.
First round's on you.
I don't know why it's like that. D&D. But, what's the other thing? Oh, yeah. Like, I tried, dungeons. Yeah, dungeons, and I thought that was the same game for some reason, and I don't think it is. Sure, maybe from the same, like, publisher or developer. Yeah, the same developer, I mean.
I'll keep it chill. Whoa, you look like you could use a drink.
What am I at? I'm at here, and this is, 13. Yeah, that's weird. It's like a freaking, what is that called? A freaking, season pass. Not season pass, freaking battle pass. Why is this? Oh, so you could just repeat it over and over again? I think that was... Damn it, freaking foot. Freaking getting tangled. Oh yeah, I can still freaking use my portal. Okay, that's cool. Shoot. There we go. Um, Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Makai Kingdom. I yeah, I think it's gonna be kinda hard to surprise me. Like, because obviously, I could kinda already tell what, JRPGs are gonna come to Xbox before they even do come to Xbox. I'm sorry, but I think there's no way in hell, Kagula effect is coming to frickin' Xbox. I couldn't frickin' say it for a second. Yeah, and I think that's kinda dumb. But whatever. Because yeah, I think Atlas is a better developer than frickin' Sega. But yeah, I remember frickin' that guy freaked out when they said that. It's like, calm down. I just say that because Sega makes Yakuza and that's pretty much it. To be honest, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just Yakuza. And it's not like I'm gonna say it's bad or anything. It's not. It's just, I don't know, I wish there was more. Like, sure, they have good IPs, like, Street Fighter, but that's old. Freaking. Yeah, they have good IPs, but they're pretty old, and it's not like the average person is gonna like them. But yeah, it's like, I kind of want, I don't know, like more diversity rather than just one game. Call me crazy. I can't. Oh shoot, I don't know where to go, I should say. Oh, maybe up there? I would really hate if it's not up there, then I go up there, then I'm just screwed. Well, not screwed, but I have a freaking go and find somewhere else. That would be awful. Okay. No, that wasn't it. What about... Oh, did I already pick this up?
She was my favorite sister.
Oh, there we go.
Perhaps this is for the best. If I'm to continue with my plan, I might have had to take out Brawl myself. Maybe I should thank this mysterious intruder.
Yeah, I'm
Just
guessing...
before I rip out their insides.
Wait, what? There's a boss? Where? Where, I say? Where? Ah, there.
Your life is slipping away.
Oh my. Well, that was... Ah. Yeah, that was a freaking weak ass enemy. I mean weak ass boss. It's probably not his fault because I have a freaking overpowered weapon. Yeah, because my strongest weapon before this was 90, I mean 73. And this is 148. So it's like, I don't really blame freaking you for doing that. For being weak. I'm probably gonna play Pillars of Eternity next. Not, after this, but tomorrow. Because I don't know, I actually like that game. Not bad. Like, when I first played it was, whatever. But I guess sometimes you do have to go back and play it again. But the thing was, I freaking played the game in, like, story mode. And yeah, it's really good in, like, in that mode, I think it is. But that's weird. I would say that the guy you watch when he streams, a streamer, whatever, like he doesn't, yeah, he didn't like the Affinity original Sin. So like that's kind of weird. Just because he had like he got a PC, but that was before he got a PC. That he tried the Affinity original Sin and didn't like it.
Whether it's the humans buried in their crypts, the mindless hordes of Hybid, or even the Netherim, they all follow an order. They're doomed for it. The only way forward is to break free from order. I won't suffer the same fate as the rest.
Oops. I think I already did that one already. Yeah, I'll see Genshin Impact again. What I mean is, that the new phase is out on that thing. Oh. Oh, did this actually pause? No. I gotta close the door and smooth it. Okay, there we go. When I close the door, I muted it because it has to be the freaking loudest door. Oh well. Shoot. Oh shoot. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I hope there is no music on. There we go. Oh, a fox. Pass the gas. but I don't think so. There would be. Just for safe. Just see. I doubt it though.
If you're paying, I'm for it. Come on back when you need a drink.
You've returned, traveler. Yes, good, good. One you seek awaits in the venomous nest. Beware, something sinister lurks.
Yeah, do you wanna... Well, no. There's one more thing here. So I think I'll finish this dungeon. Wherever it is. Oh, it's probably that one. Like that red one before. Yeah, and I believe it was. There it is. But yeah, I'll finish this dungeon and stop. Obviously after the dungeon. Oh no. Freaking core, get out of here. There we go. Shoot. Okay. Oh. Oh no, I'm stuck. Um, 20. I don't know if the trophy is like a cumulative or whatever that is. What is 250. So yeah, let's do 2 even. God damn. Oh, sure. Let's see if I build a.
Your pet is badly wounded.
Oops. Um. Yeah, freaking, I think more damage with the normal attack than I am with the freaking special.
They're hurting your pet.
God damn it. Freaking. Yeah, it would be hard to freaking top this gun. Oh, that's a good freaking spear. Oh.
pet has run away.
Oh.
Lost your life.
Keep trying. I found item lost. Oh yeah, okay, I didn't know. Like when you die, multiple times, you lose items.
First round's on you.
Well, that sucks.
I'll keep a chill one for you.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like ending, so I'll end here, though. Why I feel like ending, I don't know. But I just sell myself and end. Yeah, I guess, because I play too much of the same thing, it's like, whatever.
You can't use that.
No.
Yes, potions. I've got those. See you next time.
I'm gonna see that though. I'm gonna exit and see if there's music. I really doubt, but maybe. Because they had the door open and I think music was playing. But I don't know if it was quiet enough for the mic to just be like whatever sort of thing. But we'll end it. I'll just say thanks for all I did watch and all that good stuff and goodbye. Now I press the share button. Eon. Yes. Yes.